in the society, right, these crimes can happen in case of stealing, robbing, or even to the next stage, where it can make someone get violent or even dead, like murder, terrorist, begal, or etc. And in the status quo right now, this kind of crimes reported by the media so that the public know where or when it happened, who do that, how is the situation right now, or even they know the detail like what is the effect to the victim, how they died, because usually it's shared in form of photos or videos. That is all information that's shared by the media to public, this is very urgency. Because of why? Because as we know, media is something that open to anyone. It can be seen by the citizen in that country, or even worse, it can go international. Usually it happens in case of terrorism. So what does it mean? It means that it becomes our interest as government to solve the problem that might happen because of this kind of media reporting on violent crimes. And we believe the only way to solve the problem is by applying this motion. So I will give the characteristic of the media. Media is open. It can be seen by anyone. At the beginning, it only has intention to share or give the information, but the media right now is overreacted or hyperbole or not factual or not accept as the truth, as the reality. And what we mean by media here is like TV, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, newspaper, or even like WhatsApp, line, and etc. And information that's shared by media can inform of textual or videos and photos. Now I will give the characteristic of the violent crimes itself. The violent crime itu automatically cause violence, it shows brutalization, it is immoral, and it can make someone get hurt or even dead. So, for example, like murder, terrorism like ISIS, begal, mutilasi, or etc. So what we want as government is we want to restrict media that reporting a content about violent crimes, and our mechanism is first, we are not entirely getting rid of the incident. We shall still keep factual written reports like number of deaths, identity of victim, location, and etc. But we shall not allow graphic imaginary or super detailed depiction of physical horror like torturing process, brutal activities, and etc. That usually in form of videos and photos. And secondly, if there is still media who reporting violent crimes, we will punish them based on how violent that they show in the media. So our goal is we want to protect the citizen and the situation in the society, so it won't get worse. Because of why? Because we believe that if there is a media who report inappropriate content like graphic imagery that's showing brutal activities, it can spread fears among the society, and this will be explained in my argument later. So move to my arguments about justification. Why media should not reporting on violent crimes? So their side of the house must be said that it is important for the citizen to know about violent crimes that happen around them because they can aware. But we believe that aware can also happen in our case when there is a factual written reports like number of deaths, identity of victim, location, and etc. That people will know where is the location of the violent crimes, and they are still kept aware. But we will not show the violent crimes because of why? Because it can spread fear among society. Firstly, what is the essence of the media? At the very first place, we believe that media should report that factual and same as the reality. But in the fact right now, media is hyperbolic, it overreacted over something, and if media shows something that less and in status quo right now, media show something that less important, it can go viral. Moreover, if media show something that relate to the citizen safety, it can more even viral, and it can go international. Why? Because the society will get panic, they will get paranoid, they will not go out from their house because they know that in the outside there are violent crimes everywhere. They will not go everywhere because they know how cruel this world now. And in case of terrorism, if media reporting about terrorism, it's same as like you support the goal of the terrorism itself. Because at the very first place, the goal of the terrorism itself is to make the citizen panic and feel like they are being terrorists. So we believe that if you report about terrorism, then the citizen know like, oh, in that place there is a terrorist, then I will get panic, and I will not go out from the and I will not go out from my and I will not go out from my house, and then and we believe that this will bring more harm to the citizen itself. And if the media report about terrorism, it will go international, as I said before. And what is the effect if it go international? Indonesia will it will get raffle advisory. For example, like Minister of Tourism Efata said that after the bomb terrorism event in the Sarina, several countries immediately gave travel advice to their citizens who were on tourism in Indonesia. There are 12 countries like United States, Australia, Britain, Singapore, Malaysia, and Hong Kong. They give travel advisory to Indonesia because they know that in Indonesia right now there is a terrorism, and they don't want their citizens to get harm from the terrorist itself, and this will bring the bad effect to the Indonesia itself. Because of why? Because income in the tourism sector will decrease, and income in this tourism sector will decrease, and the devisa that they will get will decrease too. So what does it mean? It means that our proposal is still better than their guess to apply, because we still keep factual writing reports, we still keep the information to the society, we still keep tell them where is the location so that they can aware, but we not give them the graphic imaginary, like we don't share the content about a picture about the torturing process, and we believe that we will.
So good afternoon, dear educator, to the opponents team, to the audience, and my beloved teams. So I'm the first speaker from the opposition side, and I am the first speaker of the opposition side, and I'm going to explain today about our motion today, which is this House witnessing media reporting on violent crimes. So before I jump into my arguments and explanation, I'm going to reply to the first speaker of the opponents team. So first, you said that we should not entirely reporting on the detail of the crime itself, whether it's like locations, number, or super detailed or graphic horror. But if we look to all of that, it is the part of the reporting system where they share that in part of the reporting system. And the second one is, you talk about terrorism, and it can cause the society to feel afraid and not safe because of that reporting of terrorism. But actually, reporting on terrorism is actually important because it can inform the society about what terrorism is and help them to prevent them to joining the terrorism side. So I think that's enough for the rebut, and I'm going to return to my explanation. So media, actually, we live in our life around media, and it is an important platform for people to actually express their opinions or spread info about what's happening to the world these days. But this past few years, or it's already started since the beginning actually, media actually also created controversy on reporting violent crimes, and it affects the society in many ways, whether it's about their perspective on the crimes or the way they think about the crimes and stuff like that. So the first argument for today's motion is that it is necessary for people to understand the extent of criminal activity in order for them to coordinate an effective response. Effective response here means the idea or the act that the local people or even the society developed itself to prevent that crime on affecting them. People have the right to know the detail of what is happening in society, especially in violent crimes, for the sake of their own safety. Otherwise, they will be unable to prepare themselves fully for the possibility of them being the next victim of the crime. So if they don't know detailed information about it, people cannot make rational decisions like on how to react and respond to that. And if they didn't know about the frequency of time or also their nature where the crime happens. Like for example, like back in the first half of 2018, there's a reporting where it is the time where terrorism actually happened. And there's a reporting where a mall called Neo Soho is one of the places where they want to do terrorism act in that. And it actually informed the people that the people should not go there because there's high chances that they may go there and do the terrorism act. And the second example is that it happened in Pimlico, London, while the local group got a reporting about acts of muggings in society, in the neighborhood there, and they actually created a patrol themselves and not involving the official teams, and they just do patrol around the area themselves because they know the reporting of that. If they didn't know the reporting of the muggings, they wouldn't create a patrol time for that area. So that's why everyone should know the information in detail about the violent crimes that are happening in their nature, around their area, or the frequency of time of their crime, so that people can take necessary precautions for themselves to prevent them being the victim of the next crime. So I think that's enough for the explanation of the first argument. My second speaker of the team will explain about the second and third points of the argument.
Okay, I will give some rebuttals of their arguments. First, they say that sharing information is they're a part of crime reporting systems, which their goal is to inform the society what is terrorism, for example. Okay, we can know terrorists without knowing how terrorists kills the people, how the terrorists use something to kill or use what to kill. We just need to know what is terrorism and why we should avoid terrorists. And I think everyone has known it without such reporting of such things. They also say the way they think about the crime, but they never explain it. But I will explain it. Then they will think if you are giving it such file videos for sometimes for again and again, what will happen? They're thinking that okay, these violent crimes happens every day or something. It will make two things, that they will feel paranoid, or they will feel that it's very normal to be happen, and their humanity will be gone because they are often watching such graphics. They also say that why is it necessary to give people know? Because it's right of people to know because they will be the next victim. Now, they also said that after there is terrorist in Neso, there will be no people going. There will be less people to go there because chance of terrorism. Let me remind her that the place that has become a target of terrorists will not be terrorized twice. The terrorists will find another place because after mall become bomb, for example, their security will much higher because they are afraid of the next terrorist. So people should not know about how these terrorists kill people. It's not necessary to know. We have given the general information about there is there is terrorists and where and how much killed, it's already enough. Okay, next to my argument about further impact. After the people feel terrorized, they will be paranoid. Why? Every people is afraid of death, and they think that by going to anywhere, by going outside, it will increase their chance to die. So they will be afraid to go to anywhere, and they will find a job based on not their how will be their productive, how much income they could get, but they will find the job that is more safer. For example, if there is bomb near your workplace, you will change your workplace to another place, and it means by changing your workplace will make you less productive because your job may be become less than before. So they will get less income and they will be less prosper. Okay, next to the next argument, that how could it be the government interest to apply this motion? When there is a violent crime, as the media hyperbole it, and it will be popular. It will be popular in poor countries, which will cause two things. First, which will make citizens afraid, and because afraid of getting out, and it means by making them afraid, we are letting the terrorists reaching their goals, that is to terror the society. So it backlashes the government goals, which also to fight terrorists itself.
So I'm as the second speaker of the opposition side. We'll tell you about the second and third argument of our side, and also we'll let the second speaker of the government side. So first of all, your statement, both from the first and second speaker, is actually supporting our side. Well, it is the point of reporting on violent crimes. If the motion said it will restrict reporting, then it will basically mean all kinds of reporting of violent crimes. And you mentioned you will only ban the uploads of graphic images or videos, then it is only a small amount of the shares and only on certain platforms that everybody already know. And those platforms are already questioned for their credibility. And so most people already know that it's not really credible, and that not many people know information from that platform, and it can only be shared by the people that are uneducated of the problem or for the situation, for the images, or even meant to do or share the crimes. But still, it is only a small amount that it is happening. And if you see major companies or major publishing companies or the internet news, then you will really rarely find those graphic images. So if you're talking about only banning that, it doesn't really connect to the motion, and you kind of supporting ourselves where we agree that we should not restrict the media reporting even on violent crimes. And although you mentioned reporting on terrorism just like before and just like the first speaker, and for also for the graphic images, there are already censorship or warning of graphic images for people, like especially what you see on Instagram. So there's no point of restricting those graphic images because it has already been censored. Or it has there are already warnings. And what the second speaker said, I just want to confirm what my first speaker has already said. The New Soho case, it is only one of the target, so one of the places that is a target. So it's not the actual place where terrorism has happened. And if you said that the government needs trust from the citizens, then it means that you're actually supporting the reporting of violent crimes, because the reporting of violent crimes will only make the people aware of the problem and be educated about it and actually prevent all the stuff. And if you said it is harmful for bilateral connection with other countries or with the organization, then it also means that the country should be better to actually prevent terrorism. And the reporting of violent crimes is actually good for us. And so I will get to my second and third argument on this matter. And so the second argument from our side is that we should not we disagree about this motion because to not promote the truth of events is contrary to the duty and the right of free speech of responsible media. So the media has two main jobs. It has duty to report on what people care about and also duty to report on what really seriously influences society. And restricting the media's ability to report information by preventing reporting on violent crimes can really do harm to the society. The media has a fundamental duty to report on anything that may influence the lives of many citizens that the matter reaches, and it is better for people to be informed of the truth by the free media and be terrified than to leave people with a knowledge of the real seriousness of the criminal. And if people don't actually know anything, they can also lose trust in the government. And also, the officials or certain sites that is above the citizens or the citizens don't really focus about, they can manipulate information of violent crimes, and there are chances that they can even predict, decide, or plan on the situation because it is not informed for the citizens. So, to hide the real situation for people. And the third argument that it increases citizens' awareness. So connected to democracy, where people should have the right to be informed. So everybody should have the right to be informed, especially by the media. It again is its duty, and there will be no discussion or participation from the people or the citizens on the reporting of violent crimes. So if there is no reporting on violent crimes, then the people will not get informed, and they cannot participate or discuss about the matter. And our general safety is on the back here, where we will not know anything, we will not take any preventive measures or move, and no one can really guarantee our safety. And if people discuss about violent crimes more, it will actually increase more awareness for the crime and even prevent the crime itself. So for example, just like what we have really mentioned back and forth, that in terrorism cases, because it is reported and already raised awareness, if it raised awareness because of the reporting of the violent crimes, then people will get informed about it, about what it is, the wrong side of it, and how to prevent of getting trapped or join those terrorism moves. So again, the opposing sides of this proposed motion did not agree that we should restrict the media reporting violent crimes because of the above reasons, and we think that we should really see the citizens' needs, what really affects the citizen and what is important for the citizen, and that's what we oppose, not really oppose, I'm sorry, what we present. And so that is from me. Thank you.
Travel in Indonesia worse, but they very ignorant by not thinking about it. And also, I want to say that they don't give benefit when media reporting on violence includes videos, graphics, and something like that. And they attack our mechanism. They attack our mechanism. They make a new mechanism that they want to restrict. They want us to restrict anything about the violent crimes. I want to tell that we can set this mechanism because what? Because
about something that is happening outside, and they can take precautions and prevent themselves to not be a victim and to not let our safety in danger. If people discuss about the crime, it will increase the awareness of people, and people can be able to prevent the crime to be happening. So in conclusion, we disagree with the motion because we think media is so important because people have the right to be informed, because it is the duty of the media to let people know and be informed. And by knowing about the crimes that is happening, citizens can prevent the crime from happening and also take action, and it will also increase their awareness about anything that happens in the world. Thank you.
And we have already concluded and already mentioned our arguments from our sides. And if you want to compare between the government and an opposing side, then from the government side, the first and second speaker always actually repeat the same point, and also some same but very clear examples that actually support our sides, like how about terrorism and how BS, the second speaker of the opposing team, has already about it. And they always mention our case pressures on the statements that we did not even say or mean. For example, how they said that we said about Mexico that we are letting people actually being paranoid when we are actually mentioning or give pressure on the statement or the fact that it is very important to let media reporting on violent crimes because it will inform the citizens. And although some might be scared or it can mean something else, but the point is the citizens have the right to be informed and they should still have their right even on violent crimes. And how they said that graphic images are very important and to mention it on the news or something. But we did not say that, but we said that it's a very small portion and it really rarely appears on certain media. And people have already known that the ones that are very graphic or even shared, like for example, I think WhatsApp, the broadcasted messages that some groups present or some people upload on there, it's kind of graphic because it's from the people that are actually uneducated or who want to share press or they don't really know anything about it. And you also said how the solution from your side is actually to ban the upload sharing of the graphic images or videos, but still letting the reporting on the detailed reports from the crimes. But it still means that you are supporting the reporting of violent crimes without the graphic images. Therefore, supporting the reporting of violent crimes. That is what the opposing side present. And if you when you only said or mention things that we did not even say, and only give pressure on only one argument, if you really see it as a whole, we present different arguments from different sides, and we try to really take from the main subject of this motion, and that is the citizens. So it is the citizens' right again to be informed. And that's why we see from the citizens how they should get informed. It actually prevents crimes, and it actually prevents a lot of things happening with the officials or people that want to manipulate the information. And we should not hide anything from the citizens because it's a point of democracy, and we here is a democracy, is a democratic country, and we're not like authority or something like that. So I think that our team should win the debate because we present the main point, we mentioned the main subject, and we try to really present to you the examples, while you only try to give pressure on one example or the fact that as is already repeated by our team. So that is it from me.
So many things throughout the motions, okay? Especially when the motions demand you guys to think differently from what your culture and as well what your education has taught. We hope you guys will be more critical in this debate circuit. But regardless, we are going to announce the top 4 teams that are going to proceed in the semi-final, okay?
Our companies that cause environmental damage should be held individually responsible. So nowadays, many bad acts that done by the companies. This company do something to get benefit, to get profit more, and this is very bad. And this is very bad because it makes the environmental get damaged. They make the life around us get worse. And in the status quo right now, this company already gets punished, but there is still company who do bad things to the environmental. So this has become our urgency because we believe that it doesn't effective to punish the company, but we believe that it will be more effective to punish the CEO of the company, and we will make the CEO responsible individually. So what we want as government is we want to make the CEOs the one who responsibility of the environmental damage. And what kind of responsibility? First, and what kind of responsibility? They have to pay the cost. They have to do social work, and they have to change. They have to change all the things that we already broke in the device. Like for example, when they cut the tree freely, then they have to plant the tree even more. And before that, we will give the socialization. What will they get? What will the CEO get if they still make the environmental damage? So our goal is we want to protect the environmental damage because of the company that held by the CEO by punish the CEO who make decision, who point out the idea. Why? Because we believe that environmental is important to the living for all people. So now in the status quo right now, environmental damage is very bad. Like many pollution in the air, in the water, and this is very bad to the living of the people itself. So move to my argument. Firstly, about justification. Why is it justified that the one who should responsible is the CEO of the companies? So firstly, CEO is the head of the company. They are the one who make this decision, and they are the one who know what is the consequences of if he sign out if he make the decision. What will the company make to the environmental? And we believe that by saying that, then we believe that he is the one that must responsible individually, because just imagine, like if you blame the whole company because of the fault of the one CEO that make the decision, even though he already know the consequences. What is the consequences for the environmental? Then for sure that they know what is the consequences they get if after that we give the socialization, and we believe that it is their fault, and we believe that they are the important people that can make the companies do something. They are the head. They are the one who run the company to do something to the environmental. If the employee of the company, for example, like if the employee of the company want to make something, they have to ask their CEO first. And the CEO will sign out or say agree, then the company will do it. So we believe that at the very first place, it is the fault of the CEO itself. And if you want to close, and if you want to punish all of the company because of that one CEO that falls, we believe that it is not fair. Like it is the one who make decision is the same CEO. Then you want to punish all of the employees that work in the company. Like there will be more, and this will make harm to the employee that work in the company. And what harm, like the company will get cost from the government, and the company will get bankrupt or something. And we believe that it is very harm to the employee that works in the company, because maybe at the end of the day the company will fire the employee, and we believe that we don't want this to be happen. So we believe that the one who responsible individually is the CEO itself. That's why we want to progress. Ladies and gentlemen, they keep saying that the society is the one who feel the impact of the things that done by the company. But the thing to question is it the company who is the one who responsible for the bad damage on the environment? No, because there are other more determining factors. For example, like society, they use air conditioner. For example, they throw trash using vehicles. That also damage the environment badly. So what we mean here is we cannot blame the CEO because it is not fair in the first place. So I want to give 3 points of rebuttal toward their arguments. The first one is they said that the company only wants to get profit, so they make the environment get worse. But it is not exclusive from them, and this will be elaborated later in my argument. And the second one is they want to punish the CEO to make the company stop damaging the environment. But it's not effective. Why? At the very first place, it is not fair for the CEO. And then the rest will be elaborated in my argument. And the last rebuttal is about if we blame the whole company because the CEO is the one who gives decisions, it is also not fair. Why? Because the one who receives the profit from the company is the company itself, not the CEO. So if we give the responsibility only to CEO himself, it is not fair for him. So move on. So the downside, we'll debate about whoever in the company who caused the damage. Why is it justified for the company to sacrifice or to make the CEO is the one to be the responsible? And also, CEO is the one who runs the company, but and most companies in status quo right now they have damaged the environment. And but at the very first place, the one who damages the environment most is not the company, it is the society itself. So if the society receives the damage, it is okay because at the very first place they are the one who make the damage to the environment. And also now there is global warming, but how can you know that it is fully the CEO's or the company's fault? You cannot assume it just like that. So our stance is we don't want CEO to be the one who is responsible or get punished for the damaging the environment. We want the one who is responsible is the one who do the wrong things. For example, like the workers who falsely in operating the machine or something. And this will be explained in my argument. So our goal here is we want to protect CEO because he's not the only the only one who is responsible for the damage in the environment. My first argument is about the justification. It is not justified to make CEO to be the one who is responsible for damaging the environment. Why? Because there are other determining factors that are responsible for the bad damage to the environment. And there are other factors that give more impact. Not only the company, there are society, there are people who use air conditioner, they use vehicles. That vehicles or that air conditioner is harming the environment itself. So at the very first place, it is the false thing to do if you punish only the company, only the CEO of a company. And also, in fact, 80% of the pollution comes from the vehicles and other activity that done by the society. Also, 70% of water pollution that you say come from the society. For example, they littering, they pouring water that they already given chemicals like soaps, or they already given other kind of chemicals that could harm the environment. So it is also their fault and not only company's fault. You must explain to us why is it exclusive from the company who harm the environment. And so what does it mean? It means that it is unfair to make the CEO to be the one who is responsible because at the very first place the society is the one who makes it worse also. And even if the company is the one who makes the more damage to the environment, we still believe that CEO of that company is not the only one who is responsible for the environment. For the environmental damage. Why? Because firstly, company has a lot of workers and any of them could make mistakes. And it is impossible for the CEO to monitor all of them. It is impossible for the CEO to see or to go and see how they work every time because it is a company it is big, for example. So it is almost impossible for the CEO to do it. And also for example, a worker who accidentally throw factory waste to the river and did pollute the rivers. Why the one who is responsible must be CEO? But when the one who do the whole thing is the worker. And even if yes, we consider that CEO should monitor their workers, but company is huge and there are a lot of workers and CEO cannot monitor all of them. Even if the CEO hires someone to monitor and the accident still happen, that means the people who monitor and the people who do the accident are the one who should be responsible for that damage. And also, even if it is not accident, the one who will be punished, for example, like a company using a lot of machine in factories and it harms the environment. What will we do as the opposition is we want that company to get warning at first, and then after that they will pay the tax, but not only the CEO, the whole company is the one who pay the tax because it is unfair just to punish and just to make the CEO is the one who responsible for that company when the one who gets the profits is the company itself. That's all from me. Thank you.